At Sanctuary Foundation, we love working with people from all sorts of walks of life. We work with businesses and community groups, civil society organisations, but we've had amazing traction from local churches, a bit like this one, C3 in Cambridge. It's a lovely church full of people from all around the world, and they're already doing a lot to serve vulnerable people in their community. So it isn't surprising to find here lots of people passionate about standing with refugees. And so when we did a little show of hands in the service this morning, we found out about a third of their congregation are already hosting or had good friends that were hosting. And so we've loved working with churches. They seem to have this inbuilt desire to make a positive contribution, particularly towards vulnerable people. And so it's great to be here.
What's your vision or what are your goals, particularly around Ukrainian refugees?
Oh, I'll try and be quick because I've got a lot to say on this one. So look, I think God loves every single person on this planet. Okay, I think that's pretty easy to justify from John 3:16 if you need a proof text. And does God love Ukrainians more than other people? No, he doesn't. He loves everybody the same. And God loves people that have come from South Sudan and Eritrea and Afghanistan just as much as he loves Ukrainians. But at this moment in time, there's something going on with our government and with our nation that there's a greater openness to people from Ukraine than there is for other groups. And I say, let's make it work. If we can make it work, then I can persuade people that helping refugees is a good idea. So we've polled people. There's about 120,000 Ukrainian refugees in the country right now, and 3/4 of them at least are living with ordinary people like you and me. That's never happened before in our history, ever. Have we had that kind of national response to refugees? And people go, oh, isn't it racist? Why wouldn't you do the same for Afghans? Well, two reasons. One is the government didn't ask us to do that for Afghans, and so it's not actually possible. And second is most Afghans are in families of 8. That's 2 adults and 6 children. And I don't know about you, maybe you've got a big enough house that you could fit an extra 8 people in, but you might be able to squeeze a mother and 2 children in, but 8 people would be too hard. So I say, let's get as many people as possible helping Ukrainian refugees. When they do that, they learn about a whole bunch of things. They learn that hospitality is wonderful. It's a great gift. It's sacrificial, but it's a great gift. They learn that refugees are just ordinary people that need help. They learn that some of our systems really aren't working. The immigration system's difficult. The universal credit system's completely broken. And the social housing system is broken. But now they don't just care about it on social media, they care about it in their heart. Because their lovely friend Tanya or Natasha, they've come to love them as friends and family, and they'll fight for them as much as they can. So my ambition is, let's get as many people doing this as possible. When we poll hosts, about 70 to 80% say they're having a great time. They're loving it. It's a game changer for them. When we say, would you do it again? Most people are saying yes. When we say, would you do it again for another group? Most people say yes. So helping Ukrainian refugees can be a gateway for people to help others. When we became foster parents, my kids were 6, 5 and 4 at the time. And if you asked me to host and look after a teenager, I would be a bit nervous because we had no experience of teenagers. But we thought we knew what we were doing with babies, so we started fostering babies. That's where we began. And now, 16 years later, guess what? We're fostering and adopting teenagers. We grew into it, but we weren't ready to go full on at the beginning. For most of the public, looking after Ukrainian women and children who know about Nando's and watch Disney Plus, that doesn't seem scary compared to taking someone from another culture where they don't feel they've got the same connection. Does that make sense? And what they're doing is quite brave. 6 months to welcome a stranger. Some of us find it difficult living with the in-laws for a weekend, but 6 months living with us, that's a big jump. So I say, let's cheer them on, let's encourage them. So I'd love to see more people hosting. The system is way better than it was 6 months ago, and there's lots more support. Churches like yours are doing a fantastic job. But I think we've got the foot in the door with Ukraine, and then we say, hey, what about Afghanistan? What about South Sudan? Why can't we do the same? But we prove it works with Ukraine. That's what I would say.